We're now going to make the part called drilled holes. So I'm going to go into Onshape. I'm going to hit create document. I'm going to call it drilled holes. I'm going to hit OK. Okay. The outside diameter of the bigger circle is 4 inches, and I'm going to extrude it 1.5 inches. So I'm going to do sketch on a plane. Again, I like to look at that plane, so I'm going to click front. I'm going to do a circle with a diameter of 4 and hit enter. And then I'm going to extrude that 1.5 inches. Okay, so now I have that cylinder where I'm going to drill all those holes. Okay, so I'm going to check that off. Now if I look, all these drilled holes are around a circle that has a diameter of 2.5, and they're all perfectly spaced out. So I'm going to do a sketch on the face of this cylinder of a circle with a diameter of 2.5. Okay. In order to space out all those points perfectly, I'm going to do a point on the top of this circle. Okay, so I just chose a point and put it on the top of the circle. I don't want to have to measure every single one of them, so I can do a circular pattern. So I drop down here. The first option is linear pattern. You'll use that if it's a rectangle. Circular pattern is if it's a circle. So I'm going to choose circular pattern. I'm going to choose that point because that's what I want it to pattern. Right now it's saying it's going to do 3 of them. I'm going to double click on that and make that a 5 and hit enter. Now it will give me 5 perfectly spaced points. Each of these is going to be one of the holes that's on this part. Okay. If you scroll down, there's more information about each hole, so we're just going to do them one at a time. This first one is a through hole that's 0.25 all the way through. So I'm going to click that first point. I'm going to come up here and choose hole. I'm going to go simple through 0.25, so that one's already done for me. If you notice my sketch disappeared, we can get it back if we hover over sketch 2 and click on that slash over the eyeball so that it will show me sketch 2 again. So I'm just going to click there so it pops back up. And I'm going to click my next point and do hole again. The second hole is a counter bore, which means it's bigger up top. Okay, so the top width is 7.75, the depth is 0.25, and then the next width is 0.375. So it's not simple anymore. It's a counter bore. Okay, the top width is 0.75. That goes down for 0.25, and then the width of the bottom is 0.375. Okay, so I just typed in all my numbers, and I'm going to hit check, and now that's giving me that counter bore type hole. If I scroll down, the next one is called a counter sink. Okay, so I'm going to come up here and click my next point, and go hole, drop down and do a counter sink. Okay, if I look, it tells me the degree is 82. It's 0.75 and then 0.375. So I'm going to change my degree to 82. The top width is 0.75. And the bottom one is 0.375. And I'm going to hit check. Okay, so that made my countersink. The next one is called a tapped hole. That means it's threaded. And it has a size of 0.25. So I'm going to click the point, go to hole. I'm going to go simple again, all the way through. And it's 0.25. And then to get the thread, I come up here to this ANSI. Okay. And then it's actually 0.25. It changed it. Okay, so now I've got my threaded hole. And then my last one is just a basic clearance hole of 0.531. So hole, simple, and it's 0.531. I'm going to hit check. Okay, so now if you look, it's made all of our holes, and then you'll just share it on Google Classroom by sharing your link and copying it and turning it on Google Classroom.